Yahweh, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Shalom Aleichem.
Shalom Aleichem to you, too. I've heard so very much about you. I stand in awe of you, and I'm learning. All I can say is welcome to Heir Apparent, and hopefully this will be a channel with which you can use.
Well, I thank you, and I bless you eternally.
Oh, thank you. Aaron is on the line as well. Aaron?
We'd like to go right into letting Yahweh Ben Yahweh introduce himself to the listening audience here in Los Angeles. Yahweh Ben Yahweh, please tell the listening audience who you are and what your purpose is.
All right, thank you. I am the son of YHWH YAHWeh. YHWH is the name of the creator of all things. When we read the Bible, in the beginning, YHWH created the heavens and the earth. That's his name. The name of the God of the Bible is YHWH. I invite every one of you to go and study that name, research that name for yourselves. This is not an emotional encounter. It is rather an intellectual one. And the only way that we can really speak in common together and understand each other is to understand the basis and the foundation from whence I speak. I speak to you from this name. And the only way you can find anything out about this name directly is to understand the English transliteration of this name, which is YAHWEH. It's most important for you to understand that that is the English transliteration and pronunciation of the name, Yahweh. Excuse me. However, the real name has 4 words in it, or 4 letters, as some choose to say, YHWH. Now, when you look this name up, you look for it in your dictionaries, Encyclopedia Britannicas, Bible dictionaries, and from these you will receive other research reference material which will let you know all about this name. It's the most powerful name in existence. It encompasses all that you see and cannot see, know, and do not know. This name, YHWH, encompasses all of the 22 aleph beits of the Hebrew language, which the Hebrew language is the name of God. The language of God. It's the language of Yahweh, the Creator himself. All other languages on the planet Earth are an offshoot of this original language. It's the only language wherein each aleph beit carries powers beyond comprehension, and you can only know this if you do research yourself. Now, I am ready to let you know I am the son of this Creator. I am the son of the Creator of all things known and unknown. Now, what makes me his son is the fact that I come in his will, I come in his name, with his name, bearing his name. I come in the power of his name. I come with the full authority and power that he possesses. I am the first begotten of the dead in his name.
Okay, for our listening audience, Yahweh,
Yes.
There are going to be people that naturally say, you cannot be the Son of God. So can you again say exactly what I just heard, that you come because you are doing his works? Is that what I'm hearing?
That is what
Because I
you're
do
hearing.
want the audience to be able to understand thoroughly so they know what they're listening to.
Yes.
Okay.
It is extremely important for everybody to understand several things of being the Son of God.
Okay, let me back up. What I'm saying is, I want you to say that once again, because what we're fighting out here primarily is people that are used to Jesus, Son of God. Now, for any bodily human being to say, I am, quote unquote, the second Jesus, okay? They need to understand that so they can gravitate toward you.
Yes.
Okay, can you explain then why you are the Son of God?
I am.
Or Yahweh?
Yes, I am the son of YHWH Yahweh because I am doing his will. I do not have a separate will from him. I do not have a separate plan or ideas in any way, shape, form, or fashion from his. His plans, his thoughts, his ideas for this planet Earth and the universe is all laid out in a book called the Holy Bible.
All right. Okay, so now I can understand that. That makes me his daughter. If I do his will,
Absolutely.
all right, so any one of us then is truly capable of being either the son or daughter of YHWH. How you say that?
Yes. YHWH, like you say a wave.
YHWH.
YHWH.
That's
it.
difficult. I've been saying Yahweh so long.
Yes, but it's easy to do because that's your natural language.
All right.
YHWH. Yes.
YHWH.
Yes.
Yes.
My purpose for coming and being the first begotten of the dead is to illustrate that every man, woman, and child on earth who chooses can overcome the sting of death, which happened 6,000 years ago in the garden when Yahweh caused Adam to fall into a deep sleep. And the synonyms for that deep sleep can be found in your synonym finder to be death, or necrosis, or brain death. And this is the only way the wicked ones of this world could rule over us, is that we were put into a brain-dead condition. And I'm the first begotten of the dead. So by me gaining victory over death and victory over the grave, then I'm able to lead all of you, all who choose, away from that death that we find within ourselves.
Okay. Now, that is the most exciting thing I've heard in a long time, but let me say this. I have been aware of some circumstances that are not altogether pleasing to me or anyone else on this earth, if they knew the bottom line. I understand that you are incarcerated, and I'd like to know what the charges are against you and what do you see as an outcome.
All right. There are what we call the true charges, and then there are the superficial charges that are used to mesmerize and deceive the masses of the people. I don't believe the Godhead is deceived. I don't believe the true genius and Godhead is deceived at all. But the masses are deceived. So let's go with the real charges that are stated, and then we'll deal with
Okay, let me state that again for you. I don't want to break into you, but it is my purpose here to make sure that each and every person that has come to me and said that's a joke, that they understand thoroughly what is going on here. Okay?
All right.
So that is why I will stop you from time to time to make sure the message is clear to those of us that don't know you personally.
Yes.
Okay, that's the message we need to get out.
Thank you.
All right. Now, so first off, what you are saying is that there are superficial charges.
Yes.
Okay, let's talk about it.
All right. The superficial charges are racketeering, RICO, which is designed to destroy the drug dealers and drug users.
Right.
And it has two prongs called the Bail Reform Act. Under the Bail Reform Act has two prongs called flight risk and danger to the community.
So, and on the one hand, we've got a good thing going on. We need RICO. But it has a sting to it. What is the backlash, whatever you want to call it?
All right. The sting is according to...
You want to get closer to the mic, Yahweh?
All right. According to the framers of RICO, it was designed exclusively for drug dealers and crime families. In our instance, RICO has been stretched completely out of its intention to indict an entire religion, to indict an entire nation of people.
I want to repeat that, listening audience. This gentleman is telling me that RICO has now been used to indict a religion, a people. Say it again.
Yes, it has been used to indict a whole nation of people, the nation of Yahweh, and an entire religion. Now, when you have the National Baptist Convention, for example, you have many churches. And to indict a church under that convention is entirely different from indicting every Baptist on earth. We are equivalent to being every Methodist is indicted, or every Baptist, or every holiness person, or every Catholic person. That's the identical thing that has happened to us.
Okay. In other words, all of religion has been indicted by indicting you.
Exactly.
And the nation of Yahweh.
Exactly. And what they're trying to do is set a precedent. And if they can get away with us, then every religion in the country is ripe for attack, and they will have no recourse.
Sir, since your incarceration, this country has and is suffering from many catastrophes. Can you expound on that?
But before we do, I was asked two questions. One
Okay.
was, or at least I made a statement that one was superficial. I just gave a superficial aspect of this case. The real charge is when we were brought forth to have bond, I was denied bond as a danger to the community because I quoted from the Holy Bible, Luke chapter 19, verse 27. That's important for everybody to know.
Will you quote that for us?
I will quote it from the top of my head. If those mine enemies would not that I would rule over them, bring hither and slay before my face. That is an exact quote from the King James Version of the Bible, Luke chapter 19, verse 27. For that quote, which they found some tapes out of 120,000 hours, about 1 or 2 minutes.
That was on a tape.
That was on a tape in one of my classes some years ago.
Okay. So the freedom of speech. has been denied.
Freedom of speech, freedom of religion, yes, denied.
Okay.
And the Constitution is dead. The Bill of Rights are dead because the Constitution says every man has a right to bond and a reasonable bail.
Right.
Even murderers get bail. And I'm
Right.
only accused, and certainly every right that you're supposed to have as a citizen has been denied. For example, you're supposed to be innocent until proven guilty. We are guilty and are having to prove our innocence.
And what can we do to help you?
Number one is to become conscious and to help everyone you meet to become conscious that when it comes to black leadership, black organizations, especially those that are progressive, outspoken opinion shapers such as yourself, are in imminent danger of being completely destroyed through this RICO monster that has been allowed to take root in this country. They're using it for the war on drugs, but the war is really on black men, young black men. Since I've been here in prison, I have personally noted in the federal prison system, and this time I'm also in jail here in Broward County, 39% of the prisoners are Latin and black. And we need to know that. Millions of us.
Okay. Okay.
That's an awesome statement, but it's needed, and it's past due.
Yeah.
Charles.
So what we can do is there are two things. I just heard yesterday that the National Taxpayers for Justice are educating the public that you don't have to pay taxes to an unconstitutional government. Number two, workers, since we have started this campaign of spreading what they're teaching, even white people are now requesting the W-4 form to keep their own taxes instead of letting the businesses withhold that money so that they can get a response from the government to the Constitution. So you'd like to know that, too.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, now one thing I'd like to ask you as a lay person, and that the lay people will be asking you, do we have to lose our religion? I'm hearing that any and all can come to you.
Any and all can come. There are only two groups of people on the planet, according to the scriptures. Those are children of God and children of the devil.
Right.
And that's regardless of your race, creed, or color.
And that's good or evil, right?
Pardon?
That's good or evil.
Good or evil. Now, that's the first basis and premise. Now, the laws of YHWH is what I bring. I don't bring a new religion.
Right.
I'm not bringing an old religion. I am not bringing religion at all. I'm bringing the laws, statutes, judgments, and commandments of Yahweh. And I'll tell you that no matter what your religion, economic station, political belief, your spirituality, or your social status, gravity is a law of Yahweh. And you're all affected equally.
Right. I
And when
love
you
that.
realize that he has these universal laws and intergalactic laws that govern your life, whether you like it or not, know it or not, then you'll give up these little petty differences called religion or whatever you have among the five power structures and become one family again as we were before Lucifer entered into the picture 6,000 years ago.
Okay, that's the operative word, and that's what's happened to our world. Family, the lack of now. And so what you're advocating is go back to family.
Exactly.
Okay.
And one proof we had of that, before the flood, according to the Bible, people were thinking evil continually. After the flood, there was only Noah and his 3 sons and their wives, a total of 8 people. And from those 8 people, the entire population of the earth has resulted. And that proves again there was one common father, and all were brothers.
All
So
right.
the wicked seed is what has been allowed, according to Revelation 12:9, to permeate and deceive the earth away from this family. And I'm here to restore that.
Yes, sir. Now, recently here in Los Angeles, we heard you mention for the first time the scripture pertaining to the 70 weeks as it regards this trial. And they're approaching that time, thus fulfilling scripture. Could you elaborate a little bit more on that for us now?
That is a very complicated chart, a very complicated prophecy coming out of Daniel. As you may know, the book of Daniel was closed and sealed from his time until this time. And many of the seals were also made reference to in the book of Revelation. So when we start talking about the 70 weeks, or the Messiah being cut off at the 60th week, then I can only tell you that when you learn how to count time from solar time, and you're able to chart from the equinox that exists, then you'll understand what time it is, how to chart time, and then the 70 weeks or the 60 and 2 weeks will all fit for you to perfection. For example, let me just give you an example. First of all, this trial, the time started for us the day that I was arrested, which might seem like a coincidence to so many people on the earth, which was November 7th, 1990. 70 weeks from that point gets to be March 12th. At exactly 60 weeks, my arrest, I was moved from MCC to Broward County facility here, which is like a tomb. And I've been completely cut off from seeing my family, from doing the things that normal human beings would do in prison, a federal prison. We were completely cut off at that point. And the second 2 weeks, we were cut off even from food. So the 60 and 2 weeks were completely fulfilled. And chapter 9, verse 24 through 26 is where you will read about those 70 weeks and those 62 weeks and what would be happening to me. And ironically enough, if you want to call it, it's an absolute fabulous coincidence how all of it is being fulfilled in my life. Now, the other thing is I operate by the original time clock. I've come to set the original time clock back in motion, which is solar time, and it is absolutely accurate. On March the 21st, which begins the spring, which begins our new year, also on this Monday the 9th is our Bib 1, which begins our solar calendar year. The vernal equinox is on March the 21st, and that's when day and night are absolutely perfect, equidistant. And from that point, we begin to move into spring. And of course, that is when the son of YHWH is prophesied to rise. So my ascension is certainly taking place, which is called the third day. Now, when you study the third day, it says he went in on Friday. He spent all day Saturday. He went in Friday evening, spent all day Saturday, and then rose early Sunday morning prior to dawn. It's in reality not 3 days, but a day and a half. It was on 3 named days that he was in. That equivalence on solar time was 1990 at the fall equinox, which also all of 1991 was the second day. All of the spring part of 1992 gives you this equal day and a half. Now, this is a real complicated subject, but I'm letting you know what some people would consider happenstance is really true coincidence. And we're experiencing a perfection in regard to all these things. You'd need more than the time you have on this program.
Well, we're going to have you come back. There's just no doubt about it. You're just going to do it until we understand, because we're kind of slow out here sometimes.
Let me tell you, I am so proud of California. I'm experiencing the few short moments. I do get a chance to talk with different ones of you on different TV programs and radio programs, that you have a certain genius and Godhead out there that I'm really excited about.
Well, we're excited about you. That's the most important thing, and we want you out here so that you can meet all of us.
Bless you.
Okay.
Sir?
Okay.
Sir, this is Yafez Israel, and I had a question as well. Here in L.A., there are a large number of churches and of all denominations, and in their discussion to get involved on an important issue, it seems to be that they would only get involved if it was their leader, their pastor, gave them direction. What would you say at this point to them?
There's an old saying that I heard all of my great-grandparents and grandparents state, even my parents, that in the last day, every tub is going to have to sit on its own bottom. No pastor, no leader can save you. Each individual will have to seek his own soul salvation.
Rise and fall on his own merit.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
And unless one can think and learn how to think, how to research. For example, 2 Timothy 2:15 says, study to show your own self approved unto God, YHWH, a workman that need not be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth. See, if you leave this up to your pastor, then you're not studying.
Right.
And you are required, according to the scripture, to do this for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, you can't rightly divide the truth. You're leaving it up to someone else to rightly divide. Mm-hmm. And I make a pronouncement to you and to the world continually that if anyone says that they believe in me because I say so, then I don't have any respect for you. If you believe that I am the son of YHWH, prove it. But neither can I respect you because you say I don't believe it. Prove it. And I'll be satisfied with your conclusions. Either course you take, if you prove it. And I know where you'll end up.
Sir, we're down to less than a minute now. I invite you to stay on the line so we can continue our conversation.
After we
For
go there.
our listeners, again, call in and ask questions. We will continue with this conversation next week. And thank you for that. We wanted to go back to that question that of since your incarceration, the country has and is experiencing quite a few of the catastrophes, and wanted you to expound on that.
Well, I warned the government of America through a program called West 57th Street, which was subsequently aired several times, I believe, also on 60 Minutes, in 1989, that if the government were to arrest me or put their hands on me, they will find out that YHWH YAHWeh controls nature. I did not tell them they could not put their hands on me. I warned them what would happen if they did.
There's a big problem in America now, and this is, I come to my conclusion with this. There are many people across America today, and they're on the news all day and all night, saying God is against America. And I agree. To the extent that America seeks to persecute me, and the extent to which America seeks to persecute my disciples who don't belong to her. I don't belong to America, and neither do my disciples belong to America. You have no right to seek to persecute me or my disciples, and it's beyond question for you to even think about prosecuting me. When you look at the plagues on America, when you look at the drought on America, when you look at the forest burning in America, when you look at the destruction of the economy of America, it is as she takes a thought. It's as the wicked men sitting in high places just sit down together to seek how to destroy my work and to destroy the work that Yahweh is doing here as the only salvation in America. This is the cause of the plagues. This is the cause of the drought. And if you don't believe it, just keep on messing with me and you'll find out that Yahweh is God and controls nature. Egypt, Pharaoh, and Moses was a type. America and the wicked that are in high places and yahwehbenyahweh is the anti-type. And Pharaoh was heard to say to Moses, who is this Yahweh that we should listen to him? And I say to every wicked man that's in a high place in this country, whether he be a lawyer, or whether he be a judge, or whether he be whatever, I don't care what you are. You ask me, who is this Yahweh that you should listen to him? Mess with me and you'll find out.
And of course, they accepted that error and that challenge and have incarcerated me. And since that time, 15,000 earthquakes have happened, for example. UFOs showed up all over the world except England, I am told, on the day I was arrested. Many upheavals, volcano eruptions, and all types of plagues took place at that day and has been an increasing malady ever since.
Okay.
And it's only going to get worse and worse until I am released.
Okay. And about your release, we read out here an article in the Miami Herald that the government star witness, Robert Rozier, actually sat on the witness stand and admitted that he lied. The people out here asking the question, why is this trial still going on?
The only reason the trial is continuing is this is open proof that the judge and the prosecution are all in an unholy and ungodly conspiracy to destroy me personally, to destroy the nation of YHWH economically, and the whole future of anyone rising in this country who looks like you and me to a position of independence, free economic sufficiency, and controlling your own destiny. And there's a reason for all of that. It's not, what's so peculiar to those who think is the Japanese or any Asian or Oriental or anyone from Europe or South America or anywhere on earth can come to this country and set up a little country or a little nation from wherever they're from with their own culture. And they all trade with each other on an interdependent basis. But the only group of people that they work 24 hours a day to keep from rising and coming up together to do the same thing is this so-called black man in America. And there's a very definite reason for all of that.
Okay.
And I'll be happy to address that whenever you would like.
Amen.
Sir.
Right now.
But, with that, sir, would you please go ahead and elaborate?
Certainly. We are a very peculiar people, and our peculiarity is shown in such things as when we are allowed to compete with the world in sports. We're absolutely the best. And we're not good as, we're better than. And that's not an egotistical statement on my part, and it's not a black supremacist statement. We are the best basketball players on earth, and if you take the best 10 from among the NBA, there's nobody on the earth who's going to beat us. That's in football, baseball, and all the others, whatever the sports are. The same is true with music. There's not going to be anyone who's going to beat young Wynton Marsalis on trumpet, or Parker, or any of the great jazz greats that you can name, whether it's, no matter who they are. The opera singers, when they let the blacks in, we're the best in that. We dominate whatever we've been allowed to do in this country. Now, that says something innately about you. Now, what that shows is when you go to the Bible and find out who you are Israel of the Bible. And among Israel there are, first of all, 12 tribes. And the fourth tribe is called Judah, Yehudah. And Judah was prophesied to be brought to America and put in slavery and held here for 400 years. And after 400 years, one would be raised up from among us to bring us the knowledge that I'm bringing to you. And what's peculiar is to go and find out that Judah was black in Jeremiah chapter 14, verse 2, that Judah would be brought in captivity in a strange land in Acts 7 and 6, and also in Genesis chapter 15, verses 13 and 14. And then go and read 1 Chronicles chapter 28, verse 4, and you find out that Judah was chosen to be the ruler forever by the God of heaven. And in Daniel chapter 2, verse 44, my job is to set up that kingdom of heaven with all of you, the so-called blacks, who are in reality Judah, the best that can be created. You are the genius of the earth, the Godhead of the earth, and there are 144,000 of you that are prophesied to come together through what I am teaching and set up the kingdom of righteousness. You're going to rule forever. And I'm here to say you're going to rise, and you are going to rule, and there's nothing to stop that.